Hey folks, thanks for stopping by the YouTube channel today. My name is Kellen, I'm with Electric Wheelchairs USA, and in this video we want to show you the unboxing of a really popular three-wheel folding mobility scooter called the Super Light Flight. Now what really makes the scooter unique is it weighs 36 pounds without the battery, so it's super lightweight, but you have the ability to detach the scooter into two pieces, so you can remove the tiller from the rest of the scooter. When you do that, the tiller portion weighs 13 pounds and the rest of the scooter weighs 23 pounds. So very lightweight, it's really easy to transport. It's also Airline approved. It comes with two batteries, and between the two batteries you get about 20 miles of range. And we're gonna show you what it's like to unbox this and just really what to expect. But before I get into that, I just wanna let you know we do have a free catalog that we can mail to you. All you have to do is go to the top of our website. There's a section that says free catalog. And then once you click on that, you can just fill out your information, fill out a quick little form, and it takes about 10 days to get to you. You can also call us and request it. So I just wanna let you know about that, but let's get into the unboxing of this. So the great thing about the scooter is because it's a folding scooter, there really isn't much assembly. But a lot of times people want to know what is included with the scooter. So here's just a little sheet, sort of a little quick guide, letting you know what to expect. So you have that here at the top. I'm just going to set that to the side. Now it's packaged really well. We've got the styrofoam here at the top. Here's a basket that goes underneath. It goes right underneath the seat, and then this is a bag for your batteries. So the two batteries are in here. So because it's Airline approved, the airline's going to require you to remove the batteries when you check it on. So you got a nice carrying bag to put the batteries in, and take that on as a carry-on when you get on your flight. This, I believe, is probably the charger. Yep, so this is the charger. I'll set that to the side as well. Here's some tools in case you need to adjust anything. Here's the user manual. Take this piece out. And here's the scooter. So let me take this plastic wrap off. So what I could do is just pull it straight out, but the easiest thing to do is to set this on its side and then just pull it right out. All right, so let me get this plastic wrap off. All right, here's your handlebars. We'll take the packaging off the handlebars here. Sorry, I keep calling this the handlebars. These are actually the armrests. And what I'm gonna do now, we're gonna pause the video and I'm gonna unwrap all of the packaging, and then you can see what we have, and then we'll continue with putting this together. All right, so now I've gotten everything out of the packaging that is needed to assemble the rest of the scooter. So we have the armrest. Here's the battery. Well, it's one of the batteries. The other one I still have in the bag, and this is the basket that goes under the seat. Now on the tiller, we got this little plastic wrap on. I'll remove this, covering the digital dash and then the headlight here, and set this battery in here. So you can see there's little teeth here, and then this slides right onto here. So I can just line this up. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unfold it first, and then I'll put this on. All right, so to unfold it, there is a red lever here, but before I unfold it, and I had to work on this a few times to figure this out, because as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can detach the front tiller from the rest of the scooter. So this piece weighs 13 pounds. So what I'm gonna do is pull up this red lever like that, and then we'll take this tiller off. I'm gonna set it down just like that, and now I can press this lever that I was referring to, and then we can unfold it just like that. And in order to get this back on, I'm going to adjust the tiller so it's about sitting straight up, just like that. And then you'll see there's two hooks right here, and there's another hook here. So I have to pull this up, and this is going to hook onto this bar. So there's basically 3 places that this will hook onto. So there we go. So now these are connected, and then this is connected here. So now we have that on. Now I'm going to put the battery on. Okay, so you see there are these there's 4 little like clips that come out, and then that lines up right on here. So that's what we want to line it up just like that to attach it. So now it is attached. We'll put the rear basket on. And it's just attached by Velcro. So I'm going to actually have these hooks are connected here, and there's a hook right here. And then this basically secures this into place. We've got the armrest that we will put onto here. You get one on and tighten it in place. I'll get the one on the other side. Okay. Now, comes with a set of keys. Oh, so you can hear that, it just came on. Actually, what the keys are for is not really for the to turn it on, but it's to remove the battery. So I've got this kind of loose. I'm going to lock this into place. All right, so let's start from the beginning. I'm going to turn this on and just show you what to expect. So I'm going to power it on. And it's a nice digital dash. So we got a speed control dial right here. This is your battery range. Here's your speed. It is in kilometers per hour. You got a horn, and you got a headlight, really nice headlight. So if I press it once, it means it's relatively bright already, and then I can press it again, and it has a super bright headlight. This is really good for nighttime driving. The tiller is also a ambidextrous tiller, and the reason why it's not working right now, which explains this, there's a little wrench here on the digital display, which means we need to fix something. And I believe what it is this is in freewheel mode. So the motor is actually located in the front wheel, the 250 watt motor. And I think right now it's unlocked. So I'm gonna pull it up into that lock position. I'm gonna turn it off, turn it back on. And it looks like that little wrench went away. So now we can steer this. So it's an ambidextrous tiller. So whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you can operate it with either hand. I also like that there are anti-tip wheels here on the front. So that's usually a concern for a lot of people because it's 3 wheels. They don't want to tip over.
Hey, quick announcement. Just wanted to let you know we are giving away a free mobility scooter. In order to be eligible for the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel and then also comment on any video. It can be this video or it can be any video on our channel. Once you do those 2 things, you'll be eligible for our next giveaway. We are doing this monthly, and we will announce this on all of our social media platforms when the winner is announced. So just wanted to let you know. Now back to the video.
Oh, one other thing on the tiller I forgot to mention. You got a USB charging port here. So you can charge your mobile phone with you when you have this, or when you have it with you, you can charge it directly on the scooter, which is very nice. Now, I'm going to go over a couple measurements that I think our people are definitely like to know, and one of them is from the platform to the top of the seat. So where you place your feet to the top of the seat, it's about 16 inches, 16 and a half inches. And then the measurements of the foot platform, which is also something that we get asked a lot. So the width of this is about 15 and a half inches. And then where you place your feet, 16 and a half inches. They are flat free tires, both front and back. And seat width, we're looking at about 16 inches. Seat depth is about 15 inches. Now, the armrest, I think this is a nice feature about the scooter. So if I have the armrest pressed, adjusted all the way inward, the width between the armrests, we're at about 16 inches, but they come out pretty far. So if I wanted to, I can take them all the way out if I needed all the space. Or of course you can remove them too. You can take them off if you didn't want them. But if I have them adjusted out to the widest position, width between the armrests is pretty far. It's almost 27 inches. So you got a lot of space. I think one thing that I really like about this too is the seat is like this memory foam. And I know it's really hard to tell by looking on video, but this is like almost like a gel foam type of material. It's very comfortable. Has a lot of cushioning. Now another thing I'll show you is the tiller. Like I mentioned, like I showed you previously, you can adjust the tiller, right? So whether you're tall, so even if you're really tall, you can put it all the way out like that. You can bring it all the way in, lock it into place. And it's a telescoping tiller, so you can use this to telescope it all the way up. It gets up pretty high. This would be like for a really tall person. But, you know, just for reference, I'll let you guys know I'm 6'4", I weigh about 235. The weight capacity on this is 265. So, you know, I don't know if I'd put the handlebars up this high if I was riding this, but I'd probably put it down probably about right there, which is kind of close to the lowest position. My feet are going to stick out slightly just because of my height. But for me personally, I don't think this is a big deal. I think this is fine. I would be comfortable riding this. Yeah, you can, you know, you would just have to deal with putting your feet out a little bit, but that's not unusual for a three-wheel scooter. A lot of people will put their feet out like that. It's also has this rubber slip resistant padding right here. It's not really a padding, it's just like a, it just covers here. It's just like a rubber material, so it's not slippery getting on and off. All right, so a couple other things I wanted to point out. As far as removing the battery, I'm going to power this off and use the key to take the battery off of the scooter. So once I do that, it just lifts right up. As far as charging this, you actually charge, there's not a charging port on the scooter itself. You would charge it directly on the battery itself. So remember, you have two batteries, which this is great for, not only is it great for being Airline approved, but you don't have to bring the whole scooter inside your home. You can just remove the battery and take it inside and charge it off of it. And then you have a indicator here that'll let you know when your battery is fully charged. Typically when you get a mobility scooter like this, it's not going to be fully charged on the batteries, but you're going to have about probably 50 to 75% charged, and you can see it's about at 75%. Another thing I wanted to point out is about the armrest. So I know I mentioned this previously. So I'm actually going to adjust these back in. It kind of looks funny with it out so far, but you know, some people might want that. And I'm going to show how to fold it as well. So I'll put these armrests in. Now there is some padding on these armrests, which is nice. They do flip up, but I think the only downside to this I see is usually when you flip these up, it's easier to kind of get out, but they're still sort of in the way because they're not really all the way to the back like a lot of armrests are in other scooters. You can also adjust the angle. There's a little screw here, so I can adjust this to have adjust the angle of that if I wanted to do that. And let me show you how to fold it. All right, so to fold it, there's a couple steps you need to do. So if you have the basket on, which is optional, you want to remove this first. If you don't remove this, you're not going to be able to fold this. So I can fold it basically two ways. Now, you want to keep it all together. So now that the battery is removed, it's about, it is 36 pounds total. So I'm just going to adjust the tiller and lock it in place out a little bit. Fold the seat back down, and I'm going to use my foot on this little red lever to lift this up to break it so it'll fold. I like this so you don't have to bend over to fold this. Now it does take a little bit of practice to kind of get used to this. So when I lift it up, I actually pulled it from this little handlebar on the seat, and I messed up with the tiller. I'm actually going to put it all the way down just like this. All right, so now we have it completely folded. It is very narrow. I believe it's about 12 inches, but that's just from the floorboard to the seat. So if I remove the armrest and if I remove the tiller, this front portion, just like that, and I had it fall down a little right there, but okay. So now this is 13 and this is 26. So this 26 pounds, 13 pounds. So you can see how narrow it is. And then with this locked into place, I could even adjust this like this. So it takes up less space. So this could easily be stored like in a closet, easy to put in the back of your trunk of your car. Really doesn't take up much of a footprint. But let me fold it or unfold it again, and we'll unfold it one last time to show you another way of doing this. So first thing I'm going to do is this lever again. I'm just going to pull that, set that down, and then we're going to put this tiller back on here. This was not locked into place. Let me lock that first. I'll make it easier. All right, so now we got that on. So I'm not going to put the basket back on. I'm not going to put the battery back on, but I just want to show you another way of folding it. So that was one way, keeping it all together. The other way is really just the opposite of what I just showed you. So there's another lever here, this red lever here. If I pull that and lift this up, I can detach it that way. And then at this point, I'll fold this down, pull this up with my foot, and that's the other way of folding it. So it takes a little bit of practice, but you can see, like, this is my first time unfolding it or unfolding it. My first time really seeing this in person, but it's not too difficult. I would just practice a few times, but you can tell it's pretty simple to unfold and fold it, and really just to operate the scooter.
So when you order a product that's made by Discover Your Mobility, you actually get a lot of free stuff that comes with it. And I'm going to go over that with you real quick. So what you're going to receive is an umbrella, which can be mounted to your mobility scooter or electric wheelchair. You're also going to get touch-up paint. You're going to receive an arm bag holder that can go on the armrest. You're going to get a cup holder. Now this cup holder is for a mobility scooter, and this cup holder is for the electric wheelchair. You're going to get a cane holder. You're going to get a safety flag. You're going to get an oxygen tank holder. You're going to get a car charger, and you're going to get a headlight, and this is also a horn as well, and you're going to get a cover. So you get all this stuff for free. Share that with you. Now back to the video.
We're going to do some other videos and show more about the scooter and test it outdoors. I know it works well in the grass, and it does work really well in inclines too. But if you have any questions about the Super Light Flight, At the time of this video, it's priced just under $2,000, so it's priced pretty well, and it's very popular. So we get a lot of inquiries about the scooter, and we want to do some demonstrations for you guys so you can learn more about it. But this is what to expect when you first receive it. So you can see it's pretty simple to put together. But if you have any questions, give us a call. We're open every day. Our phone number is 1-800-682-9444, or visit us at electricwheelchairsusa.com. Thanks for watching.